Hi. Let's see. I've got to uh brush my hair, to see how I look. Okay. Um. So this is my first time doing live. Somebody just suggested I do it, so I thought I'd do it. Um. Let's hear. We're talking about the science of feeling good. My rap plan. I mean, let's see here. Let's check my notes. What does the science of feeling good mean? Why did I choose to call it this? Because I think the really neat thing about the rap plan is that, like the way they describe it in the book, ideally, you should feel the way you want to feel every day. And if you don't, you have a clear action plan to get to feeling how you want to feel. Um, let's see here. So that's pretty cool, right? I think it's really neat because, if you have a bad day, you can check your rap plan and you can know, okay, I'm not feeling good because, I didn't get enough sleep or I didn't clean my purse on the weekend, whatever, if that's your designated cleaning day, I haven't, my purse is dirty. And then you can, write up a little plan and you'll be feeling better in no time. Let's hear, like, you know, uh, kind of like let's see, maybe I should explain what rat plan is. Okay, rat plan is something that well, rat plan it's so vague. You can use it for like a ton of things, at least the way I was taught it. Um yeah, it always depends on what you mean by a rat plan. Like, you know, the original program was strictly used more like for weight loss. But they have other versions of it. Like if somebody like wants a rat plan but they don't need to lose weight and they really don't want to give them a weight loss plan, so they might give them a plan to, like I don't know, like a plan that's like it that could help them like with their job or something or with their schooling, stuff like that. Yeah, let's see here. And of course, this is my stuffed machine. I do the voice for her. I forgot to show my mouth talking when she talks. But yeah. So let's see here. So kind of I mean, rap that was originally used more like to help people with obesity, specifically very what's what it always depends on it was really used originally to help like a very sick people who were very sick, very obese. You know, I mean, like technically you can totally use it for like health things, but really it was like originally used for a very specific population, like people who were very obese and maybe they were struggling with like they had like multiple health issues, like ones that were perhaps caused by obesity and ones that weren't. I mean, some people would say like your weight can't cause any problems no matter what, but that's the way it was used. That's all we're saying. Yeah. Let's hear. Like sometimes you'll be talking with a person who's like got some sort of illness. Well, it always depends on who you're talking to. Like a lot of people aren't talking to people with illnesses all the time, but some people are. Yeah. I don't know. Like sometimes I'll be talking to somebody who has like a certain illness or something like obesity or something else. Just some illness. Uh, and they're talking about like I don't know, like how like all this bad stuff seemed to happen at once or something, and it really seems like it's all happening. Like people like well it always depends on what you mean by a person. Person is like what's your person doesn't mean every living being. Like let's see here, like I'm trying to think of somebody who wouldn't be a person. Um Person just doesn't mean every living being. Let's go with that. Yeah, let's hear. I use person as in every living being. So I would say like this, people tend to go like I don't know, something bad happens and then there's like they come up with this complicated explanation for like why it happened. uh and in most cases, like like they might have like how this complicated explanation about like how it was because their mother said this thing to them when they were 5 or something. And and like I personally think, and I think the rat plan would support me on this, it's usually not that complicated or that profound. It's usually, like this person's talking about how all these bad things happened, and just listening to them, it sounds like, like what's causing it is just that, like, they didn't, well, usually it's that they didn't stick to their diet. I mean, I don't know. I don't talk about diets very often, but that's usually what it is. But it can be other stuff, like that they stopped taking regular showers, or or like, I don't know. For me, a bigger one would be sleep. Like, I get up, and like, I started getting up in the middle of the night or something, and like, the reason usually isn't that interesting or profound. Um, yeah. I mean, like some people do that. Like, I don't know, like they come up with, like, like really, like, complex, profound reasons for why they're feeling bad. But but I think that's more like a person who's, like, really struggling. Like I think, like a person who's, like, doing well in life would basically agree with you. Usually the reason isn't that interesting. Usually it's just something simple, like, oh, I didn't get enough sleep last night, so I feel bad. Yeah. Let's see here. Uh, well, I mean, to just not to totally change the subject, but I mean, like, having a coherent conversation with a person who's exactly obese, that would be like an incredible thing. Like, some doctors can't even do that. I mean, with obesity, there's all sorts of issues, because obesity, that means, like, that your weight's so high, and we suspect it's causing you to have other health issues. I mean, a lot of times there can be cognition problems and stuff. Yeah. Let's see here. That we were just clarifying that, like, that could be why they're thinking that something complicated and profound. It's just a cognition issue that's possibly caused by obesity, possibly not. We don't know. Anyways, so I guess I'm going to talk about my rat plan. I'm not going to show you the actual rat plan. I don't know. I just like keeping it personal, especially since it's not entirely finished. I I'm trying. Let's hear. Well, it's a very good rat plan, but I'm trying to, how do I explain this? I want to take, it's got like a ton of action steps, and a ton of them are just like stuff I do on a day to day basis. So basically, what I want to do is have a cheat sheet for I want to, eventually, I want to have a cheat sheet, which is just like a few things that, like, I tend to forget. So I'll just look at that at the beginning of the day rather than the whole thing. I want to have a cheat sheet, and then just, like, if I get stressed out, or just am not feeling good, or just not feeling what I want to feel, I'll look at the cheat sheet. If I've done everything on the cheat sheet, I'll look at the rest of the sheet. But I won't look at the rest of the sheet all the time. That and I'll get more into that when I talk about my triggers list. Let's see here. Let me look at my notes. I don't currently have a wellness toolbox. I did the rat plan a bit differently, and I don't currently have a wellness toolbox. I don't really find I need it. Like generally, if I just look at my maintenance lists, I know what I need to do to feel better. Uh, and I don't have the last three parts of the wrap. Let's hear. Basically, okay, I'm going to pull up the website, and I'm going to just read you the parts quickly, so that way you guys know what's on the wrap plan and which parts I have and which parts I don't. Let's see here. I wish I could show this on my live thing. Wrap plan. Crap, where is it? Wrap in action. No, that's not it. Okay. Uh, Sorry, guys. Just give me a moment. I've got to find it. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's the wellness toolbox. The wellness toolbox is basically a list of skills and strategies, a list of skills and strategies for keeping ourselves well and for feeling better if we don't feel well. Um, you know, I just I don't know. Some people might find that great. I find I generally don't need it. Generally if I just look at my generally I just look at my maintenance list and I generally haven't done something on it and I do that and I feel better. I have some more things that I look at if that doesn't work, if I've done everything on the maintenance list and I don't feel good or I just don't feel what I want to feel. But like the wellness toolbox, I don't really find I need that. The daily plan. The daily plan is one of my favorite parts. I have that definitely. It's a daily maintenance list. It's just all the stuff that I've got to get done during the day. I also have a weekly one and a weekly one and a monthly one. Let's see here. Stressors. Stressors, that's just triggers. I was talking about that. My stressor plan, I also really like. I only have, well, basically, my stressor plan looks like this. I have 4 questions. Have you done everything on the daily maintenance? Have you done everything on the maintenance list? That's the first question. Second question is there anything your RAT plan is not covering? I try to make sure my RAT plan covers both my responsibilities and my goals. And like my responsibilities, I generally just try to list all my responsibilities, but for my goals, I try to keep my work I do on my goals very focused and very narrow. Basically, how do I explain this? Like if I have like a huge list of goals, I find that a lot of them are probably synonymous, and like I could achieve a lot. Like maybe I have like a bunch of goals, and like one of them's like go on a cruise and let's see here. I want to put Pasheen over here. Go on a cruise and buy sea monkeys and save more money. And do you see what I mean? If you save more money, you're also going to get the sea monkeys and the cruise. So let's see here. So how do I explain this? Gosh. Okay. So basically, I'll be back. I have to do something. Come on, Pasheen. Okay, there we go. So, if you save more money, you get the cruise and you get the sea monkeys or the trip to the aquarium or whatever. So, so possibly I'll just like put a list of like, this is the stuff I want to buy with the money I save. And then on my daily maintenance list, the list I'm going to check each day, it's just going to look like save $20 a week or something. Let's hear. I have, I don't have like a big paycheck or anything. So I just save up I just try to save $20. I've started recently. I tried to save $20 a week. Uh, I was before I was saving $10 a week, and I took a trip to the aquarium with it. I'm going to have to show you guys the picture of the fish I took. It was so cool. It was such a cute fish. It was like my favorite fish there. Oh my god, I loved it so much. Um, let's see here. Okay, so I'm just checking my notes. I do kind of have a crisis plan. Basically, I planned out an entire plan for, like, if I'm feel for stuff to do if I'm feeling under the weather. Um, and and I kind of have that, like, like on days when I have doctor's appointments, I don't do my job training work. It's just it's just too much for me. You know, I just kind of want to have that time off. And and if I'm adjusting to a medication, I don't do that. Like, I give myself 2 weeks. I haven't done it yet, but when I'm adjusting to my medication later, I'm going to give myself 2 weeks to just not do the work part. And I'm going to make sure to make a plan for when I'm adjusting to the medication for the 2 weeks. Just like a specific plan just for that time. I wouldn't call that a crisis plan. It's not a crisis. It's just, it's just a easier plan I can do while I'm adjusting to the medication. And also for the vaccine, I'm taking my fourth. Am I taking my fourth booster shot? I don't think it's that many, but I'm taking, a booster shot, so I'm going to do that. Uh, and I'm gonna try and have like a list, an easier list to follow that day. So that'll be cool. Let's see here. Basically, like one of my daily maintenance tasks is to edit my rap is to work on my rap plan 20 minutes a day. I just try to like work on it, like how do I explain it? I just try to okay, well, basically, I was talking about the trigger plan. This will lead to it. Okay, I was talking about the trigger plan, and I said, like, the first thing you do is you say, the first thing I have is I say, have I done everything on my maintenance list? Then the second part is, have I added everything into my list, into my wrap plan? That's all that I want. Uh, and then the third part is, am I overworking? And the fourth part is the pace too slow? And and for that, I make sure to edit my wrap plan earlier so that I don't feel bad because one of those parts is off. But also, like, if I find that, like, the pace is, like, like today, I thought, like, gee, this is a lot of work. I'm working on my wrap plan a lot. I want to get to a point where I don't have to, like, check my lists and cross stuff off so much. So I just set a timer for 10 minutes, and I just started crossing off stuff when I could. Let's see here. Let's see if I have what else I have on here. The maintenance list tackles both my responsibilities, physical, financial, ethical, etc., and my goals. Like I said, I try to track my ethical goals too. Like, I try not. I don't know. I don't really put stuff like don't kill anybody or something. Like something I just would never do. But like if I do something and I think it's like wrong, I try to put a plan. I try to say don't do that, and if I do it, apologize. Let's see here. And if I miss something on the daily maintenance list, I what do I do? Well, if I miss something on the daily maintenance list at the assigned time, I try to do it later. If I like miss it and I'm in bed and sleep is very important. I'm trying to keep the same sleep time and the same wake time. Well, to a certain degree, like I sleep 10 to 12 hours a night. I sleep a lot, but like how do I explain this? Uh, if I get in bed at like at my regular if I get in bed and then, like I have to sleep and I only have 10 hours till I've got my appointed wake time before my doctor's appointment or something. uh if I'm sleeping in bed, I just say, okay, well, sleep's more important than that, I'm just going to sleep. But I try, I try really hard to finish all my stuff before I go to bed. Like even with my evening maintenance list, like brushing my teeth and stuff. Like like tonight, I brushed my teeth and then I drank my coffee, and I'm just going to rinse my mouth, then put on my Invisalign before I go to bed. It's just easier. Like it's ideal to like brush your teeth you after you drink coffee and eat and stuff, but it's easier. For me, what I find works best is just brush my teeth and then I can drink my coffee and just rinse my mouth and put on the Invisalign. uh let's see here. So I'll just go more into my trigger plan. uh let's see here. There's the maintenance list. Usually I haven't been something on the maintenance list. um you know And if I haven't, I have, that's the probably one of the coolest parts of about the rap plan. I can look at the maintenance list and then I have a clear action plan for what I need to do, and then I can go back to feeling better. If I've done everything on the maintenance list and I still don't feel great, I try figuring, okay, I go, well, what goals am I not covering in my rap plan? And I set a timer for 10 minutes and I brainstorm goals and add them into the rap plan. If that doesn't work, I spend 10 minutes, I set a timer for 10 minutes and go through the list looking for ways to reduce the amount of work that I have to do. Like I said, I'm going to, have a cheat sheet so that way I don't have to. Because, like, right now, I have, like, a huge to do list at the beginning of the day and I just check each thing off as I go. It just takes a lot of time. So I figure I'm going to take my, daily maintenance list and I'm gonna get a cheat sheet, and then like I when I at the beginning of the day I can just look at my cheat sheet and and the other stuff I should just remember, just get to, because I just do. uh like, what's an example? Like like taking off my Invisalign at the beginning of the day, I really don't think I'm going to have trouble forgetting to do that. So I can just not put that on the cheat sheet. But something I might need on the cheat sheet would be like study programming 5 minutes. I'd probably need that on the cheat sheet. That's just not something that I do naturally. um and then the third, and then let's hear, and then the fourth part is the pace too slow? And if the pace was, if after I said 10 minutes and I reduced the work I still didn't feel good, I could figure the pace was too slow, and then I could set a 10-minute timer and try to beef up certain times that I have, like like I could try studying programming for 10 minutes or something, or 20 even if I wanted to. And then and then after that, if I still, I've never felt, I don't know, I've only been doing it for a bit, like maybe a week or two, and I've never really felt bad after all those. But if I did, I'd probably just ask, is like, is there a crisis going on or something? Like, is there like a major negative life event? In which case it might just, you might just have to say, okay, well, I just feel bad because my dog just died or something, and I'm just going to feel bad for a while. Oh no, Sheppy's looking at me. Don't worry, Sheppy, you're fine. uh, you know, uh, I might just figure like, oh, I'm just going to feel bad because that happened, and like I've just got to keep to like my compromised rat plan until the feeling passes, and I'm just going to kind of feel off for a while. Um, Really, I feel like the rap line is great. Like, I don't know, like I read this weird thing where like let's see here. I don't know. I read this one person, they were talking badly about the rat plan, and I don't know why. Uh, it was just weird to me. Well, it always depends on what you call the rat plan. Like, it's possible that, like, they went to some guy who was, like, claiming that he had, like, the secret to a great rat plan, and then the guy wrote it and it wasn't a great rat plan. Like, rat plan, that's just a title. Like, that's just a title for any plan that, like, works towards the goal. That's all plan means. It's almost impossible to say bad things about plans because plan means a good plan, basically. Yeah, I guess like maybe his friend suggested to him that like he do a certain plan and it didn't work. Uh, they do a certain plan and it didn't work. Okay, I've got to get my dog Cheppy. Just a moment. Come on, Pasheen. Come on, Cheppy. Come on, Cheppy. Okay, so I don't really know what my dog wants. I was just going to say, I wish like the rap plan had an end date. I mean, the cool thing about the rap plan is it's kind of designed so that way you can keep on doing it and like there's no clear harm. It's kind of like like if Pasheen uh wrote maybe a rap plan for like a few years, you might just say like she's on an aggressive plan for her mental health, physical health, whatever. Um, like mental health, like we don't have a lot of words for that. But anyways, you might say she's on an aggressive plan for her health. If Pasheen wrote like rat plans for like the rest of her life or something, you'd probably just say Pasheen just really likes having her day planned out, and then it wouldn't be clear it was a problem because, well, geez, Pasheen just likes having her day scheduled. What's wrong with that? Some people might say she should loosen up and go with the flow a little bit, have some fun. Some people might say, Pasheen just likes, Pasheen's just an organized person. What's the problem? Yeah, I don't know. I wish it like had more of like a clear like time where you could like stop using the rap plan. But I guess like like it's going well so far. That's a really small downside, and there's no real harm in continuing on. It's just planning. Uh, yeah. Let's see here. Okay, so that's the end of my notes. I'm just trying to think if there's anything I want to add that's relevant to this. Let's see if anybody checked in. Nope. Huh. Well, that's okay. I didn't announce like when I was going to have the live, so I can kind of understand that nobody showed up. But it's still cool. I've never been live before, so that's cool. Um uh gosh. Let's see here. I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else you can think of, Pasheen? Let's see here. Would you use the rat plan to track your hobbies? Um, uh, I, I, it depends on what you mean by a hobby. Like, like if I have like a skill I want to develop, some people would call that a hobby. yes, I would use Rapland to check it. Like if I just did something and it was just fun to me and stuff, no, I wouldn't track that. Um, you know, like let's see. Is there anything like I'm trying to think if there's like hobbies I don't track. Like I don't track this. That would be the clearest one. Like I just post here when I want to. Um, Gosh, I'm getting thirsty. I'm gonna have to get off soon. Uh, I just post here when I want to. I don't really track. Sometimes I like journal a little bit in Word. I don't really track that. That's just a hobby to me. It's just kind of fun. Uh, I mean, I guess other stuff would be like, well, I guess there's clear ones like breathing. I'm not gonna track that. Uh, um, Breathing. Let's see here. I'm trying to think what I don't track. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't really track like my movie watching. Like, like if there was some really cool movie I wanted to see, or like if I had like, like we're gonna watch the Minions movie next semester, and like I would track the appointment. I would track it on my calendar, but would I track would I track like maybe if I saw like a cool movie on Netflix and I was afraid I was going to forget it, I might write down the title. Uh, but like I don't know, like if there's just like, and maybe if I had like a bunch of movies I wanted to watch, I want to make sure I watched all of them. I'd track that. But like if there was just a movie and I just had free time, I'd just watch it. I don't actually watch that many movies. It's just an example. Yeah, so I guess that's it. My dog's barking. So, huggles.